We're back with Interview with Sensei. What number is this?
I don't know.
I don't even know what number this is.
We never know.
Yeah.
We never know.
You guys know better than us.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be doing a comparison of what martial arts is like. Right? Is that am I saying that right?
Sure. How strange an industry it is.
How strange an industry.
Yeah. How it's not like anything else. So Bry's gonna throw out. It's all off the cuff.
Off the top of the head here.
Yeah. So.
Relating martial arts to.
What do you got?
To. The deep sea.
Oh, okay. Okay, like deep sea divers?
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be like. Alright.
Wow.
Alright.
This is gonna be good.
So this is the thing about martial arts. You can get away with things in martial arts that you could never get away with. This was a statement I made to Bry, and this is where he kind of came up with this idea, and it was a damn good idea. So the statement, just to clue everybody else in, is that as martial arts instructors, you could get away with so many things that you could never get away with in any other industry. Except one comparison that I hope you make. I hope you ask me, but that's doctors. That's one thing. All right, but we'll do deep sea divers. We'll do deep sea divers.
Okay.
A deep sea diver would never be able to say, I don't know anything about this section here or this equipment that we're using for diving, but I made up my own way to use it. But martial arts can say that. I invented my own way of using this apparatus right here. You could never do that because if you don't use everything properly, you could die. Now, in martial arts, if you don't use things properly, you could die. But when is it ever going to be tested in this day and age? It's kind of seldomly tested. And there were a lot of fail-safes put in. You know, like you're taught, never use this. I'm going to teach you something and I never want you to use it. I never say that statement. To my students, I say, never use this on family members. I say, but the lesson here is to use this in your everyday and apply it to everything that you do in life so that you're always training your martial art and so that you're always doing and using what I teach you. But as a whole, martial arts will say, never use this. I'm going to teach you something that I never want you to do. Well, yeah, but you can't do that in any other industry. You can't be like, okay, so we're going to go deep sea diving and here's something that I never want you to do. Let me show you. You can never do that. And then we're going to... Here's how I was taught to put the mask on, but I'm going to teach you my own way, you know. And here's people constantly inventing their own arts, constantly inventing their own ways of doing things, and that can be a healthy thing. But when it comes to life and death, and when there's a specific way to keep you alive, it's really important that you don't do any experimentation. That you make sure that you stick to the rules and the science of what you're doing.
Wow. Okay.
But that's one.
How about cowboys?
Cowboys. Cowboys?
Hey, come on.
All right, now am I going to compare that to cowboys? Oh, you got me. Let's see.
Well, it's guns.
Right, gunslinging, right? So, okay. So gunslingers, right? There again, there's a prescribed method. You're not going to be shooting, trick shooting when it's time to survive.
Right.
But
from the hip.
But people do it all the time. They do trick martial arts.
Nice.
You know, in this I'm going to do...
Twirling the katana in the air.
I've seen it.
Never happens in real life, but...
I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen twirling the katana in the air, spinning around and trying to catch it behind their backs. I've seen that. Now that's
Hollywood.
That's not even Hollywood. Hollywood would be interested in something that crazy.
That's true. I haven't seen that in the movie.
No, that's just silly. That's just like, no offense to the guys that are doing that. I'm sure you win a lot of 6-foot plastic trophies. God bless you, but it's just wacky. It's just wacky. It's weird. To a swordsman, what you're doing is disgusting. There's no way to put that nicely.
So real swordsmen aren't after trophies.
Well, yeah, and when they see you do that, it's just like that's not how you handle a sword. You're you know. And the thing is that I've seen those competitions on like ESPN 4 or 5 or whatever. It might be 3, I don't know. And these guys are twirling their swords around tossing them into the air and then catching them and stuff. Unfortunately, people that don't know anything about martial arts might think that is cool, and that's a scary thing. You know, you're leading people astray. You're telling them that that's a good idea and that's really cool. And worse yet, they make an association that that's what everybody does in martial arts. That they twirl stuff around haphazardly. So yeah, you can't do that if you're a gunslinger.
It takes me back to the Kung Fu movies where, like, you know, the nunchuck guy versus the spear guy, and they, like, do a demonstration in front of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in the movies. You know, nobody's interested in your demonstration. It's like getting down to business because it's about survival.
Right.
Yeah. First, I'm going to do this really kick-ass move, and then I'm going to pause. You know? Okay. Okay.
All right. How about martial arts compared to the Three Stooges?
Three Stooges? You know, I have a distinct belief. I'm a Stooge fan, big time. I have a distinct belief that the Three Stooges were martial artists. I've never heard this before, but they were in Hollywood at the right time, and jiu-jitsu was not around very much, but there were some influences.
Could you imagine jiu-jitsu at that time? I mean, if it was translated correctly, it would still be what we do today.
It would be badass. So there are a couple of scenes where, like, you know, the Three Stooges get married, and they say, the wives say, well, you know, okay, dear, you know, come in here and lean in for a kiss, and then all the wives like smack the guys across the face, and they say, this is just to show you what it's gonna be like. You know, who's going to be boss around here, right?
Right.
So the Three Stooges like, okay, all right, if that's how it is, that's how it is. That's what Mo says. He says, yeah, put her there, shake, right? So they shake, and then all Three Stooges turn around and flip them over their backs. Did you ever see that scene?
No.
Yeah, they do what looks like a seonage.
No way.
And throw, one arm throw, and throw them, hip throw them over. And you can tell because it kind of clips. It clips, and when it stops, those women didn't know how to break fall, so they switched them with dummies. So you could see like dummies go over.
Really?
Yeah. And
I gotta find that. That's amazing.
So, all right. So compared to the Three Stooges, I don't know, man. Refined entertainment. You know, beautiful acts that you know, they're going for the laugh, and they're not going to do anything that doesn't get them to laugh.
To stay on the movie thing, or to stay on the genre of that era of the Three Stooges, do you remember the swing dance that they used to do back then?
Sure.
And there was a group of swing dancers that I watched on YouTube.
Curly was obsessed with swing dancing. He was
really?
He was a ballroom dancer.
I never watched him dance.
He was the man.
But there's a couple of clips during that era where swing dance was so popular. They take the girl.
Oh,
of course, back then, gay stuff wasn't really prominent. It was always male, female type of group dancing.
Right.
And the girl was the uke.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy would take the chick and throw her.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen video like that.
Sure.
But
sure.
I see these throws and I'm like, man, that...
Yeah, there's one swing move that looks like Suri Ghosh. It looks like it.
Really?
Yeah. But...
Now, what's Suri Ghosh? I have no idea.
Suri Ghosh, it's traditional jiu-jitsu throw, but it's found in judo. You could probably just look it up. If you want to see it, you see judo guys doing it all the time.
What's it? How do you spell it?
Suri. Oh, jeez. S-U-R-I. Suri. Ghosh. G-O-S-H-I.
I'm gonna look it up. I don't know about you guys.
Suri Ghosh. Yeah. And that looks like a swing move.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was always impressed by that. Like back in the Three Stooges days, which was what, 60s, 50s, 60s, 40s, 40s,
Yeah.
40s, 50s.
Keep going. No.
30s.
30s, yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, they were doing it back then.
Because they were making... They're kick-ass. Because they were making references to the Nazis and making fun of the Nazis. And they're all Jewish.